So the first thing in ShadowProtect 4.0 that I would like to show you is the management view or the management console. You can see from this one screen that I have some machines already categorized into groups. We have Matt's 2008 and Potter in the server group. So we can see that Potter is backing up. It's never had any failed backups, no problems. We know what's going on. We can see with Matt's 2008, we can see that it's backed up once and it failed, and it's never going to back up again. So this kind of gives us a quick peek into what's going on with each of these machines without having to go into each machine directly. There's a couple of ways that you can install ShadowProtect. First, you can install ShadowProtect with the graphical user interface or the GUI, and that's what we're looking at now as the console. And you can tell the console to connect to a particular machine. Also, you can install ShadowProtect without the GUI, without the console. And then there's no way, especially if you're going to install this on a desktop, there's no way for that user to get in or mess with the backup settings. But you, sitting from your administrator desk, you can then go into this machine, double-click it, look at the backup job, and create a brand new backup job without having to remote desktop into that machine. Let's take a look at the push install. We'll click Install. Next. Now we can choose the package. This is really important because if you are going to do a push install to the small business server, you're going to want to grab the small business server installer. And make sure when you're deploying to a desktop or a server that you're grabbing the right installer. We'll click Next. This is where we can go discover what machines are out on the network. If I do domain name, I can put in the domain name here. I can tell it to use specific credentials. In this case, I'm just going to use the domain admin. And we're going to tell it to discover services as well. So we can see here that it found a couple of machines, Granger, the agent's installed, Potter, and then Ron. Ron is not installed. So let's go ahead and install onto Ron. We'll click Next. Automatically activate the installed agents. So if you have an environment where you're going to push to 10 different servers all at the same time, and you have a serial number that has, say for instance, 10 activations on it, you can come in here and put your name and put in the serial number, and it will activate those agents after install. ShadowProtect does require a reboot when you install it. You can specify a reboot time if you wanted it to reboot on the weekend, say at 1:30 in the afternoon, rather than in production time in the middle of the week. You can do that as well. If you unselect this, as soon as the backup is done, it will go ahead and reboot this, and you can give, if it's like a desktop, you can give that user a message as well. So you can see the management view is very easy. It makes it easy to get in and manage your installations and set up the backup jobs, and also push install and deploy ShadowProtect.